Hello, welcome back to the channel where we are building a video game from scratch using Love2d and Lua. Yesterday we got our little spellcast rendering here on our player sprite, and we're doing this as like a sort of overlay so that we can render the atlas once, and then basically what we're trying to avoid is having all these different combinations of red shirt while holding a baggie, while holding a spell. Instead of all that being their own atlas, we're kind of doing it like the character, then the other optional clothing on top, if they've got it, then the item, then the key item. So we can kind of stack these and combine them in any order we want. So today I'll be working on probably doing the other tunics. So the neutral one is the gray one here. But we also have green, blue, red, and yellow. So let's see if this method works for overlaying on top of our character here. So the way we do it here is we can rename this. And today will be a shorter stream because I've got to go hang with some family tonight. So I've only got about 45 minutes. But that'll be enough to make a couple different layers here for our other tunics. So we'll make a new layer. This will be called blue tunic. So we can... it'll exist as a layer on top of this. So once we find the right color scheme, we can, you know, I don't think this blue is too great. I want it to be, this is looking okay. And then maybe like a darker blue belt. Yeah, it just looks too bright. Yeah, it looks much too bright. Maybe like a dark red belt. It's gonna be tough to kind of find the color scheme I like for these. I think I like that, kind of like a dark cyan. So if we turn this off, that is the pixels we need to render on top of our character in order to negate the old outfit underneath. So the idea here is, oh, we really did. Okay. Yeah, so the idea is this is the base one that's rendered. If the blue tunic is equipped, it would render that on top. And if the spellcast is equipped on top of that, it would look like this. So we can kind of like alter our character's outfit in a layer by layer. I call it like outfit overlays. So let's make the rest of his outfit the same color, and then we'll have a way to overlay this outfit. It is kind of interesting, like once we get the belt in there, I'll show you what the whole atlas will look like. Sweet. Okay. So that's what it looks like. Looks cryptic. Yeah. Looks really cryptic. That is really interesting. But let's go ahead and export this. We'll save it as a PNG. And we'll call it Blue Tunic Atlas, I guess? Blue Tunic, yeah, Blue Tunic Atlas. We could call it Player Atlas Blue Tunic. Blue Tunic Atlas.png. Okay, so here's how we would go and input it. So we have to give it the same frames, the same quads actually, as our character. So we'll come into our, I think it's into our dependencies. Yeah. So we'll say that there is a character Blue Tunic. Don't forget the comma. And then we get ourselves a generate quads of the same texture. So generate quads, and we'll put in our texture. Okay, and then we give a width and height to our quads, which it is just a 16 by 16. And then I don't think we actually have to do an entity def for this, because all we're doing is taking the which quad we're trying to render and rendering it at the same index and frame as our character. So actually, yeah, we might have to do this. Let's see. If we go into our player walk state, we can see, where is it? This is how we're doing it. We're saying, hey, if we're equipped but with a fire spell, go ahead and draw at our G textures at our G frame, that is our quad, and we're taking the anim texture, which is the current animation, and then we're running the get current frame on the anim. Okay, so yeah, we should be able to do this without an entity def. What's up, Ktronics? How's it going, dude? Today's gonna be a shorter stream. I've got a family birthday to head to, so I've got to head out of here in 40 minutes. So I'm hoping to get some other tunics rendering, some other character skins. So we'll say if blue tunic equipped, now this is in our walk state, so we want to say blue tunic, character blue tunic, and then at the quad of the same index of our anim texture, which is our current animation. I think this will work okay. So if we go and say, hey, blue tunic is equipped on our player, then we'll see if it's equipped in the walk state, and if it is, then we can do the idle. Yo, I'm feeling okay. Yeah, I'm feeling okay. I mean, I like laid down today, and I just realized like how tired I was. After like once I laid down, I was like, oh shit, I could fall asleep right now. So I am just tired, but I'm feeling okay. Okay, so we're gonna say, hey, we're gonna initialize our player to be blue tunic equipped, and then we'll see if in the walk state we're rendering it. Nice. Sweet. And one thing is we never go back to idle. I thought that we would go back to idle. This is pretty sweet though. So let's make sure we render this in our idle too. We need to make sure we change our idle. I'll leave a note for us to do that. Oh, this is gonna be in the player idle state. We want to come in here and say if our blue tunic equipped, then render it at character blue tunic texture. So this is nice because we don't have to do an entity def for all of these things, because we're really just worried about the quad we want to get, and we have access to that already with the current animation field. So if we're blue tunic equipped, go ahead and render it. So we should see the blue tunic from the get-go. So that's cool. So what is cool about this approach is like it's really kind of, you know, we can the player that's rendering there, like his face and hair, that's still rendering from the main atlas. And then we're rendering the outfit on top of that whole player so that we can stack on different animations. Oh, it looks like we missed. That looks wrong. Facing down looks like it has one too many pixels, one too many blue pixels. Or the order. Oh yeah, we want to order the blue tunic before the spell cast equip. So we'll render it there, and then we'll go to our walk state. And we'll just change the render order so that we render the clothes first and then the items, so that the items go on top of the clothes. Yeah, there we go. So if you look at what we just made here for this blue tunic, these are the pixels for it. It's just that it looks weird until you realize that it's rendering on top of the layer that is like this. So that's why it looks a little cryptic. But we're basically just rendering clothes on top of him, on top of his base layer, so that we only have to do one atlas. And then if we want to change, you know, just because there's so many different combinations of key items and tunics, there's a lot of different things to render, so that if we were to make it all their own atlas, then if we wanted to change, say, like, you know what, we should have his hair down and not in a bun, we'd have to change every frame on every single one of those atlases, which would be like 12 plus character atlases. This way we can change just the player atlas, and then if we just change the hair, you know, we don't have to redo everything. So let's do another tunic in here. We'll do red. The red looks just too close to his hair, but I think it's okay because, oops. You know, I do think we should probably try to lean towards a limited color palette, so I don't want to go too many shades of things. And then only one tunic will be able to be applied at once, so we can plop all of our tunic rendering in an else if statement for any tunic equipped. I kind of like the purple belt anyway. Maybe, well, yeah, I kind of like the purple belt, but I think it makes more sense to have it fully color coded. Oops. We can always add a different colored belt if we want. It's more so about just getting it to work, right? Then we can tweak it as needed. Yeah, red is pretty one note because his hair is so red, but it's okay. So what we can do is turn off this underlayer. This is what it looks like. Then we will export as, actually save as a PNG, red tunic atlas. Okay. Let's go ahead and try to do our yellow tunic. I think we have one other one. What is it? Blue, red, green, and yellow. Okay. So we need green and yellow. It's our link tunic. Shit, we just overwrote our red. Let's make sure we duplicate that. Maybe tomorrow we'll do mock-ups for the loot item, so we can imagine what it looks like for him to hold a loot. It might not be that readable. We've only got 16 pixels to work with, and the character is already taking up most of them. Kind of looks minty. This is like a mint green, I feel like. Okay. Save as a green tunic.png, green tunic atlas. Okay. I never know how to shift the layers, the order of the layers here. I never know how to do that. Okay, it's Alt. Got it. Okay. So here we'll see what the yellow tunic can look like here. And we could do I kind of like that yellow, almost like a gold. Yeah, I mean, we can have this for now. Maybe a little No, I don't know. I like that. I think it looks okay. Brighter yellow? I think that's fine. I do kind of feel like it might be kind of fun to do like a black belt progression system. Or, you know, like you get different colored belts too. Just because it looks a little boring having the same colored, or having, the belt the same color as the tunics, but I don't know. Okay, let's go ahead and import this stuff. So we have a red, a green, a yellow. Okay, red, green, yellow here in G textures. Now we need the quads for it. Okay, so we should have each one. Now we need to go add the render in our idle state as well as walk state, and then we can put them in that else if block, because only one should be equipped at a time. So if fire spell equipped, if blue tunic equipped, okay. So it else if is it green, red, red, green, yellow? Okay, this looks like good for our idle state. We just need our walk state. So okay. So we have a whole else if block here to ask any tunic is equipped and render it based on the texture of the color and the quad of the current frame, so it matches our player's animation. And then it should be okay. So let's go into our player class and we'll initialize our other tunics. So like, let's see if red tunic is working. Yellow tunic atlas PNG does not exist. We must have not exported that one. Oh, capital Y. Oh, right. Red tunic in business. Yeah, it looks super red. Okay, let's try green tunic. Sweet. Does look minty. Okay. Sweet. And then we'll try yellow tunic. Oh, we didn't do it right in the idle for yellow. But walk state looks fine. Character yellow tunic equipped. Oh, I spelled equipped wrong. Equipped. Okay. Sweet. Oh, shit. Oh, our tunic like fell off us. Look at. What the hell? When we fall, our tunic goes away. So, yeah, we might need to add the falling tunic color to our falling animation as well. Where do we trigger the falling animation? Change animation falling. Okay. Okay, so we'd have to do something here if we are... Okay, if we change animation to falling, we'd have to... Let's see what it looks like again when we fall. Looks very strange. Because the thing is, it's rendering the frame number of the tunic as it falls. That looks so weird. So it's almost like we need to... How would we say this? I mean, we're pulling... Yeah, I mean, we could just add a... If falling here... Because the thing is, we change animation, which takes the animation table for our entity and updates its textures. So if we look at entity defs, it'll show what the animations are. So we have, these are all the animations, and we're saying that, hey, falling is a whole different set of animations. It's 10 frames. So we'd have to make a corresponding falling tunic overlay, and then if we're falling, we'd have to render from that texture, because we're not gonna say I guess we could import the tunic as an animation itself, and then say change animation to yellow tunic, and then render the equipped tunic. Then we can say change animation to falling tunic. I don't know. I think it'll be easiest to just export another falling tunic overlay, and then just in our character rendered say, hey, if we're not falling, go ahead and render this texture. If we are falling, make sure you pick the falling texture. So we'll have to do that. I'll add a little note for us to keep track of that. Yeah, we have to make sure that works. So let's go to our notes here. Man, this has got to be our old notes, right? Oh no, yeah, we just got a... Okay, we got a lot of weird stuff in here. I'm gonna delete some of this stuff. Wow. Got a lot of junk in here. Okay, we need to add here. We've got to do two things, which is allow our falling sprite to be tunic friendly. Okay, and then there was another thing. We have to actually make it so that selecting the tunic equips it, but then there was another thing. This is a mess. I'll have to tidy this up at some point. Okay, yeah, we haven't looked at this in a while because this is all old stuff. We might use a GitHub project to track this stuff. Now that I've got some exposure to that, I think that might be a good way to move forward with this workboard. But then there's another thing I forgot I wanted to work on. I don't know what it is. I'm sure it'll come back to me, but we'll call it here. I've got to head out here. We added 4 different tunic atlases, so that's cool. And we'll put added colored tunic to equip. Okay. Added colored tunics. Sweet. So we've got our tunics in there. We have to add our other spellcast elements, which we don't have any other spellcast at the moment, so we might hold off on that. And then we'll be adding our loot and our falling animations for our different tunics here soon. And then we still need a death animation. We don't have a death animation for our player. But yeah, tomorrow will probably be loot overlay and falling overlays. So we'll get that done tomorrow, and then we'll keep chugging along. Here, we'll raid out. Thanks for watching. I'll be back tomorrow. And hope you all have a wonderful evening.